Hey there. I'd like to share a flip through of a travel journal that I'd done for a friend. This is a suitcase that I had gotten from Curio, Kurio, long, long ago. I was trying to get it inside the journal, but it just wouldn't fit. It's really firm on the handles and it just wouldn't bend correctly. So I have a little holder here, a closure that's made out of a clasp you get at Hobby Lobby in the craft department or sewing department. It just pulls through. It's supposed to simulate like a strap on a suitcase when you go traveling. And then the little suitcase is sort of a Route 66 uh, theme inside. It had 4 or 5 papers that came with it. And so and then I had a few stickers. I made a passport for the lady that this is for. This is her passport to travel, her stamps of where she's been. And then some of the pages have little pockets, like here's a map she could use while she's traveling. And this is a pull out. She could journal in that. And it's stenciled on the other side. We have a tuck page where she could tuck some of her paperwork or pictures in there. And the back page just has like a little postcard stamp kind of a situation. So then we get to the actual journal. This is made out of cork. It's cork with like a gold foil background. And what I was trying to do was some of those journals you see, it's got like a wrap around it. But my journal's a little on the fatter side. So it's sort of holding. So the strap that holds the suitcase on will come in handy. So when you open it, I did not do anything to the inside cover here, pocket-wise, because when you look at it, it's one great big map. It was part of the United States and then part of Canada. And I kind of put what was it? It was the crazed collage medium on it. And then I dirtied up the edges to make it look like it was a really used map. Now inside of it, I have a lot of old newspapers from My Porch Prints Digital. That's what it's called, old newspapers. So some of those I put little stickers on. I thought you'd get a kick out of reading. Other items that's in here is Artie Mae's. This is part of her kit. And since it had stamps, I thought this might go along with it. And it's something she can journal on. Also, here is the letter to the recipient telling her about what she is. She's a renowned world traveler with a case of wanderlust. So that goes back in this pocket. And of course, everything in here should be decorated up to be like with travel or mailing, or she's sending envelopes back home. This was a interesting little guy. It's a game spinner from Tim Holtz, something or other. Probably his, oh, I don't know. But here it folds out. And it will fold out this way for journaling. And then it folds back in, and I put the game spinner on here. This here is one of the silverware, what do you call it? Silverware covers, pockets. So I made a pocket out of it. This is all her suitcases. And she can write on the back of that. And it goes back in here. Also, it has, I thought this looked like maybe a luggage tag where she had lost her luggage and it was unclaimed. Plus a little world tag that's in there. Then we have just some journaling pages I left for her to write on, since the newspaper ones weren't so easy to do that with. Some of the pages that are in here are Secret Garden. This one actually is from the Shabby Chic Rose from the Journal Boat. And yes, I believe that was right. Or it's from Vintage Roses Lin Art Studio. They had postcards, and I thought they were very pretty. This is another one of the Artie Mays ones. And I did some light stenciling in the background with one of my new stencils from Tim Holtz. And same over here. This is washi tape that had all the different continents on it. I thought would work good for a pocket. And it's just a tag, a journal card, I mean. Here are more of the newspapers. This was something I made up long back. Embrace the journey. And thought I'd use that here. This was a freebie from My Porch Prints. I got 4 of the postcards. And this here was from the Secret Garden from the Journal Boat. I thought it went good with my paper here. I had these leaves for ages, and you can sort of see the imprint of them. Anyhow, I put them on my paper thinking they would just have a single outline image, but no, they kind of bled, which was sort of interesting. So that put me to putting this stamp here with our Florida vacation, since the colors really matched. Here's another one of those free postcards I got. This is just a little book with little rip-off pages inside of it. Different things I had scraps of. This is Shabby Chic Roses from the Journal Boat. And it looked like ticking on this side, so I thought that might be the ticking from her travels, where she laid her head. This is just a cluster I made up and stuck there about something about standing still. Here was a tuck I made from an extra piece of paper. This was the equator, so I thought it went with clocks, since all the different clocks are different time periods around the world. This was a faux wax seal. This was from, I watched Tatty Treasure do several of these, and she had suitcases on the bottom. And I thought, oh, that'll be cute to put over this, since she couldn't really journal on it. But I thought maybe this was a Maine scene, where she went up to Maine and has her little clock on the wall. Here is another one of my free postcards with a few labels on it. And I did like a staggered pocket. This just has a little scrap on it. That's part of the envelopes. I think this was like a scrap piece from my Artie Mays. That may have been the March bonus freebie. And this had a world on it with a few other things I kind of stamped around and collaged on the back. Oops, it's a little snug. This here was from, I believe this was Shabby Chic Rose from the Journal Boat. And this was something I made from an envelope window. And you were to put a scene inside, and then I guess you wrap it up. She could write on the back of this, but it has the Eiffel Tower here, and I thought this could be her Paris section. And here's, of course, the Eiffel Tower from, let me see, where did I get that one from? This is probably Vintage Roses from Lin Art Studio. She had some beautiful, beautiful pictures in that. Here we go with just some of the Shabby Chic Rose from the Journal Boat. More of the old newspapers from My Porch Prints. I just have some various things in here that she might be able to connect with traveling. Here was a typewriter. Maybe that's what she's writing to home with. Or maybe she's a traveling journalist. This is a actual page, or I made a page like this too, where it's all these mailing items from a stamp set from Tim Holtz. I didn't write that one down. Oh well. But it's I also had some labels, stickers, anything, and then I made just from scraps, and a postcard stamp I actually had on a card here, index card, and it slides back in there. These were from my porch prints. They were called suitcase tags, and you were able to arrange your suitcases however you wanted to on there. Then more empty pages. The other side of that Paris, more of the suitcase tags. Here's possibly her little trunk. I did like a little stacked pocket area again. And here were tickets that I made myself from the Tim Holtz stamp and die cut set. And this could be a big tag she could write on, journal card. She could also write in behind there. All the tickets come out. This is just like a little pocket. And this is a matchbook. I got to doing matchbooks at one time, and I loved them. But you just pop it up. It has your little pages inside. I've stenciled on the back. You put it back together under the little flap. Then you tuck it back in there. This here, I just thought was interesting. It looked like a couple of guys from over in Paris. They're making their chocolates. That's possibly where she traveled. This could be written on back here. So that became a tuck. Over here, I've taken this paper clip I made, and it held this together. This is a belly band with a map that she could have used of Europe. And this here actually folds out, where it shows you Paris or the Eiffel Tower, and then it folds that way. You've got a little pocket back here, and then you put it back together again with your paper clip, which goes over the other end and holds everything together. The shabby ticking from my porch prints. This is from the journal. The rose, shabby chic rose, vintage roses. The journal boat has so many beautiful kits. I can't keep track of them. I think there's 3 of them in this whole journal here. This is from Artie Mays. I think these are scraps, and I put them behind this beautiful postcard. Secret Garden. This is her London area. Just a journal card she could write on. And we're getting to the end. A little stenciling. Another one of Artie Mae's postcards. And then in the back, I put handmade by me, and I call this a library pocket, where she could write on it. Or she could keep something else down in there if she wanted to. All right. Thank you for traveling the world with me. I hope you enjoyed it.